All right, this is Hugh and welcome back to our video series on ICC Keyworkz, and this is video 9, and we're looking here at the different properties of the silo types. And since I just had a chance to show you a couple of little examples of what I would refer to as the authority type silo versus the mini type silo, and we had different controls in Keyworkz to help you build both of those two different kinds of silos, either together or one at a time. And first I would like to bring your attention to this control here. Now we can hide the operations tab, so we have a little more room to work with our keywords and our hierarchy. And these are all the controls that we use here to operate on the different properties of the entries in our silo. I'd like to actually show you a little bit of a closer look. So I've created this infographic to kind of drill down into just exactly what we got going on here in the control section of the keyword hierarchy on the projects tab of ICC Keyworkz. And as you can see, that's what I'm talking about right in this area right here. Or if we hide this, there again, go over here, all these little selectors and icons and stuff. It might look a little bit daunting at first, but if we take a close look here, it's really not that complicated, because each one of these is just a line item. And they do have relationships to each other in terms of parent-child. So you have one parent with many children, or none, depending how you want to set it up. It's totally up to you. In order to change the order of the parents and the children, we use these arrow buttons over here. If you click the arrow to the right, that's going to make that item a child item. If you click the button to the left, that's going to make it a parent item. The parents are sort of moved over to the left, and the children, the child items, are indented to the right. So that's why we have the right and left buttons. Now the up and down buttons will move the item up or down one space, but you can also drag and drop them, and you can also drag and drop multiple by clicking on one and then either control clicking or shift clicking on a range. Then you can drag and drop entire ranges of keywords. So let me just show you that real quick. Say if I wanted to move this one up here, I can just drag that one up there. Let me close this up. Now if I wanted to, say, move a range of them, it doesn't seem to be showing a selection. I'm going to change that in the code, but I can drag 3 of them now. So I think that worked. Yes, it definitely works, and but you have to sort of, I'm going to change the code so that you can actually see the selection, and right now it seems invisible. But you could actually, if I click on this one, German Shepherd Rescue, South Florida, and then I hold down my control key on the keyboard, click this one, click this one, click this one, and click this one. Now I release the control key. But by moving this up here, I've moved all of those at one time above this. I kind of really didn't want to do that, so all I have to do is just, now I can try clicking on this one and then shift clicking this one and then drag them all down. And they all go at once. Okay, so that's drag and drop functionality. Back to our diagram. So you can either use the up and down arrows, or you can drag and drop the items themselves. Now the kind of interesting part of this is this set of selectors that we have right here, because there are 3 different entry types that you can create in your silo, or in your corresponding blog. We're talking about a WordPress blog here. If you're familiar at all with WordPress blogs, then you know that when you create items on a WordPress blog, you can either create categories, you can create posts which go under a category, or you can create a standalone static page. So we have the option of doing all three of those things with your entry. So you can choose either a category plus, which means it'll create a category under that keyword and put a post under it, under that, with the same keyword as the title. Or you can choose a page. And a page is like a post, except it does not get attached to a category. And it's a single standalone static article on your blog that does not fall, it does not go on the front page with the rest of the blog posts. It exists as a separate section, a static page on your blog. So we can create that too. And you can also decide what kind of content that you want. You can actually create that content by clicking the C icon here and opening the content creation editor. Now we have a very nice editor that I'm going to show you in a little bit, which is almost as good as ICC Express for creating your initial content. It is not a, make new content every day kind of an editor. It's just to make your initial content for your silo, so that when you create the silo, it will have some nice content. So you can really actually make the entire website just by designing the silo and adding the content from the comfort of the software, and then you click the execute button and the blog is entirely made. So that's kind of the beauty of it. I'm going to show you how easy it is to create the content in just a few minutes. Then we also have these other three icons that I mentioned before, and remember, everything on the one row is going to relate to the keyword at the beginning of that row. So every icon here is going to affect this second keyword. Every icon on the third row is going to affect the third keyword in the list, and so on and so forth. And the S will initiate an SEMrush search, as I showed you a few videos ago. The E will initiate an Explorer run, which is pretty much the first thing I showed you in the training about how to find keywords. And A will open that keyword into the Analyze tab. And if that keyword has no data attached to it, you can often open it in the Analyze tab and then just load the data and save it in. So now you have the search volume and so on and so forth. So that is if SEMrush has the data for that keyword. Sometimes it doesn't, as we know. Okay, now the other super interesting thing that we have here is that if you select page, if you select to make that entry as a page rather than a category, then you have the option of creating one of those links at the bottom of the page, the way I showed you on the Moshi Monster site a couple videos back. As you may recall, we had the interlinking silo links from one page to the next. And the way we do that is it's automated by selecting, because if you select a page, you are then going to be sort of these selectors split into two selectors. And the second selector now contains every other keyword in the silo besides the one on the line that you're selecting. So you can pick which page you want this one to link to. So for example, you could have this page linking back to the top if you wanted to, or you can have it linking to one of the other pages in the list. It does have to be a page to link to, so if you don't have any other pages, you may not have another link show up. But if you do these all as pages, and you can do certain algorithms, which we are also going to be automating in an upcoming version, in which you're going to be able to just say, I want this page to link to this page to link to this page to link to this page to this, to this, and then back to the top. And you can actually do that with this second selector. As an example, I can show you right here. I'm going to stretch Keyworkz out again so you can see very well what we're doing here. you notice that German Shepherd puppies now will link to German Shepherd puppies for sale. German Shepherd puppies for sale. You can't see over here, but how about if I just mouse over? Okay. So that is an interlinking silo that goes deep linking and then back to the top. And we will execute that in a moment, so you'll see what I mean. Now this one, German Shepherd allergies, we've made it a page, and so I may want to link to some other topic in here, maybe German Shepherd rescue. These are all categories, and they'll have, since there's a plus sign, the plus sign means that it will create content under that category. It will create one post and pop it under that category. Now the page will also create content, but there's no category, so the page owns its own content. I hope that makes sense to you. I'm going to go ahead and save this now, just to save all my changes. We'll just kind of scooch it back in again so you can see it all in the video. Okay, these I may make a couple of pages here. Make this a page, make this a page, and make this a page. This I'm going to link to German Shepherd Rescue California. Then California will link to German Shepherd Adoption. And German Shepherd Adoption will link to German Shepherd Rescue again. So now we'll have two links pointing to German Shepherd Rescue. So that's considered a very important page. As far as the link juice, you know what the link juice is going to tell Google. Okay, so these other ones, now we might want to start thinking about adding content. I'm going to get into that in another video. And rest assured, we will be executing this. We're going to be executing this in just a few minutes, but after I get my quick and easy content that I'm going to show you in the next video.